This is Empowered Magazine Investigates. I'm your host, Anelia Sutton. Let's begin.
In 2002, Robert Roberson faced an unimaginable tragedy that would lead him to death row for a crime he did not commit. His 2-year-old daughter, Nikki, who had a history of chronic illness, became gravely ill. On the day of her death, Nikki suffered a shortfall from her bed while experiencing a high fever. Concerned for her well-being, Robert rushed her to the hospital, where the staff would soon misinterpret the situation in a catastrophic way. At the hospital, Robert's response to his daughter's condition was misjudged. Unbeknownst to the medical staff, Robert suffered from autism, which affected his emotional expression and communication. Instead of recognizing that his demeanor was a result of his condition, hospital personnel perceived it as a lack of caring or emotional response to the gravity of Nikki's situation. This critical misunderstanding set off a chain of events that would lead to devastating consequences for Robert. During the investigation that followed Nikki's death, the prosecution relied on unscientific evidence and misleading medical testimony. Medical experts who testified against Robert presented inaccurate conclusions about the cause of Nikki's death. They claimed that her injuries were consistent with child abuse, despite a lack of concrete evidence to support this assertion. The prosecution's narrative painted Robert as a negligent father, failing to provide the care and attention his sick daughter needed. Robert was ultimately prosecuted, convicted, and sentenced to death based on this flawed evidence and the prejudicial treatment he received during the investigation. His case highlighted critical failures within the legal and medical systems, where biases and misconceptions lead to wrongful convictions. The use of outdated and discredited medical practices, especially in cases involving children, further undermined the integrity of Robert's trial. For years, Robert maintained his innocence, asserting that he loved his daughter and did everything he could to care for her. His case attracted the attention of organizations dedicated to addressing wrongful convictions, including the Innocence Project. Advocates began to investigate the circumstances surrounding Nikki's death and the subsequent trial, uncovering significant flaws in the evidence and the prosecution's case. In 2022, after nearly 2 decades on death row, new evidence emerged that challenged the basis of Robert's conviction. This evidence included expert testimony that debunked the medical claims made during the trial. Forensic experts reviewed the case and concluded that Nikki's death was likely due to natural causes related to her chronic illness rather than abuse or neglect from her father. Robert's legal team filed a motion for exoneration based on the newly discovered evidence, leading to a new examination of the case. The public outcry grew as advocates called for justice, emphasizing the need for systemic reforms to prevent similar injustices in the future. The flaws in Robert's case exemplified larger issues within the criminal justice system, including reliance on questionable medical testimony and the impact of biases against individuals with disabilities. On October 21, 2024, Robert's conviction was vacated due to the significant errors that had led to his wrongful imprisonment. After 22 years of fighting for his freedom, Robert was finally free after he was released from prison. Robert's exoneration sparked conversations about the need for greater accountability in the legal system, particularly regarding the treatment of people with disabilities and the reliance on scientific evidence in court. His fight for justice continued to inspire advocates who seek to reform the legal landscape and ensure that no one else endures the same fate. As Robert steps into a new chapter of his life, he remains committed to raising awareness about the flaws in the system and advocating for those who have been wrongfully convicted. Thank you for watching Empowered Magazine Investigates. We value your feedback. What are your thoughts on this video? Share your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories. Until next time, take care. Remember, knowledge is power, and together we can create meaningful change. Keep pushing for justice and stay informed.
Dear viewers and subscribers, you know as well as we do that the American justice system is damaged beyond repair and rotten to the core with corrupt cops, corrupt private attorneys, corrupt public defenders, corrupt prosecutors, corrupt judges, corrupt politicians who lie to get into office and lie to stay in office, And let's not forget about the countless government officials who are corrupt and serve no one but their own interests. All of these groups of officials have one thing in common, which is that they fail to serve and protect the very people they are supposed to serve and protect, because the entire system is corrupt from the top. That begins with the Department of Justice. That's why Anelia has dedicated herself to restoring justice by publishing daily content on social media. She is a passionate advocate for social justice and legal empowerment, who began her journey into legal research as a legal abuse survivor. Anelia is doing the work to get rid of an unfair and unjust system, but she can't do it alone. She needs your support now. You can support this important work by simply hitting the follow button. Remember, the people you choose to follow on social media is who you amplify. So follow Anelia Sutton on this platform and across all social media platforms to amplify her mission for justice reform. Next, you can support Anelia by giving a contribution for her justice reform initiatives on aneliasutton.com/now. Your contribution, as little as $8, is critical to restore accountability, transparency, and justice for all back into the justice system. All right, let's get the engagement going here. Do all of the button things, so hit the like button, share this video, and comment #AneliaSutton. Stay tuned for more updates, and I'll see you in the next video. Check the video description box for all of Anelia's social media links and more helpful links mentioned in this video. Remember, knowledge is power. Unity is power, so stand together with Anelia for justice. United we stand, united we win. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all of your support.
I believe that legal education and personal finance are two sides of the same coin, because corrupt officials target people who don't know their rights and are struggling financially. But with the right financial tool, you can protect yourself by building your personal credit, and that's where the Self card comes in. It's not just a secure credit card, but a powerful shield of protection and a symbol of empowerment. Don't let financial struggles allow corrupt officials to put a target on your back. Take control of your personal finances now. Build credit, build dreams. Get the Self card today on aneliasutton.com/self. You can also find a link in the video description box. This video is sponsored by Mission Possible University, a school I founded with courses dedicated to equal access to justice and closing the wealth gap. Join more than 4,000 students and over 20,000 alumni in the pursuit of brave ideas on missionpossibleuniversity.com. Please remember to hit the like, share, subscribe, and the bell notification.